Hi everyone, welcome to day two's coverage of the FIDE Candidates Countries Youth Online Chess Tournament. I'm joined again by FIDE Master Jason Wang, and we are hoping that the servers at chess.com stay live today and that we get some more of the action in. Jason, welcome. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. So let's jump right into yesterday. Just again, this is a team tournament. We have 6 teams. FIDE representative team, USA, Russia, China, France, and the Netherlands. And these teams all play round robin against each other. And over the course of these 5 matches that everyone plays, hopefully we get to see a win. So each team consists of 5 players. 3 boys and 2 girls, and all the games are played at a rapid time control of 10 minutes plus 2 seconds. We have players are limited to the top under 16 players in their representative countries, although the FIDE team is a worldwide representative team that they put together to join the tournament. Let's get right into yesterday's results. So we were meant to play 3 rounds yesterday. We only managed to get 1 round in due to some technical difficulties. USA played Russia, and we finished tied 2.5, 2.5. I think USA, even though might have settled for that before the tournament began, we sort of kicking ourselves a little bit. We did really well with the black pieces, scored 2.5 out of 3 with the black pieces, and then with the white pieces, we only scored half out of 2. And we definitely had some chances to win that. Your thoughts on the match, Jason?
I think it was a very, very good match from the U.S., and I think that the U.S. certainly demonstrated that they are a worthy team and that people should be afraid.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was definitely very well played by some of the players there. The way they played those games. Martha seemed to struggle a little bit on the other side of things, but hopefully everyone had a good game in the first game, and then we started playing the match today against France, and things went a little haywire on chess.com. So those games will be replayed this morning. Just quickly looking at some of the other results from yesterday. FIDE team is definitely the team to beat with 3 GMs on the top board. And China managed to beat them 3.5, 1.5 in quite a bit of an upset there. And then the other game, France versus Netherlands. France came through 3.5, 1.5. So France and China are leading the way right now with 1 match victory. Russia and USA, they tied their match, and then FIDE and the Netherlands are coming in at the bottom right now with no points. We head on over to round 2 and see the matchups for today's first round, which starts in just a couple of minutes. USA will play against France. Your thoughts on any of on the France match, Jason?
Yeah, like I think I said yesterday, I think that the U.S. is going to have good chances against France. Uh, for one reason is because obviously they're seated a little bit higher than France, and also I think that the U.S. certainly did very well against Russia, and if the U.S. keeps their form, I think uh, they should at least have a pretty good result against France.
Yeah, no, I agree, and this is one of, so the way the colors work out as well. USA only has white in rounds 2 and 5, I think. What that means is we get white on 3 boards and black on 2. So in the first round, we had 3 blacks and 2 whites for our players. It seems a little weird to have the color imbalance in a match, but that's the way the organizers did it. And so we've also got a couple of other matches. FIDE should be expected to beat Netherlands, but who knows? And then China, who won their first game against FIDE, played the number 1 seed. Is now playing the number 2 seed. So they seem to be getting the top teams out the way in the first couple of rounds. So I guess we'll predominantly follow the USA games and hopefully check in with the results of the other teams at some stage. The idea is because we're not having set times for the rounds, that we will see what's going on here, and it seems like at least one of the games has started. So we will head on over to the chess here real quick. And now it seems a couple of the games have started. So let me fix the screen here if you want to quickly talk about what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty common opening. Just d4, knight f6, knight f3, e6. It's probably going to be a pretty positional game. But you never know out of the opening.
And there we are. We managed to get all the games up and running. So it seems like we're a good start to the day, Jason, compared to yesterday. Yes. We are up and running. We've got chess.com live here. We can see everything. We see the moves. We can see the players, and we can see you and I. And let's get on with our commentary. So Robert is playing board 3 for US Chess. And Robert is playing, let's see here, we are playing France. So he's playing Mahel Boyer from France.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems, what is he playing, some sort of collie opening? Is that? It's very, very passive from Robert. Maybe he, I don't know, took a confidence shot yesterday or something, but yeah, or maybe he just plays this. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So it's a sort of opening I would play now, so I don't have to memorize much theory. White's moves sort of come naturally.
Yeah.
Irrespective of what black plays.
Yeah.
All right, let's check on over on board 1 here. So let's check in with International Master Andrew Hong, manning board 1. This is his first. Well, I say his first white. I mean, theoretically, he he had white yesterday as well against the same opponent, but since that match was scrapped, I'm not sure. It looks like the opening is slightly different from what they played yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like the Sveshnikov variation, or whatever people call it nowadays. It's what Carlsen was playing in the World Championship match.
Looks interesting. I don't know. Knight on b5, something. Maybe this one looks like it's probably going to be some sort of dynamic game.
Yeah, these positions are very double-edged, obviously. Black, I guess, is going to try and play f5, and white will try and stop that at some stage. I'm not sure, but yeah. I guess if you watch the World Championship matches between Carlsen and Caruana, this line was very popular.
Uh-huh.
H4. By H5 immediately.
Queen A4. So black probably plays bishop D7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure black has to play bishop B7. Then queen B4. He's moving really fast. Maybe this is preparation? Probably not, though.
Maybe,
yeah.
I mean, the players were given the playlist prior to the tournament starting.
Yeah, but it's like same thing like earlier. I don't know why he's moving so fast right now. Maybe.
All right, let's check in with Christopher Yu, who's on board 2. So Christopher is playing black against I can't pronounce this guy's name. So FIDE master from France.
Yeah, so Timothy something.
Yeah. So what happened here? You want to go back and have a look at the opening here real quick?
Got the D6 square.
Yep. So let's go back here.
Okay.
That's pretty standard.
Yeah. Oh. The bishop c7. Interesting. I guess he wants to play knight d8, knight e8, and a6. Just to kick the knight. Okay. Yeah, it looks reasonable.
And this is the current position.
Yeah, black just wants to get some sort of counterplay and try to attack white somehow.
How does black get the counterplay?
Not
Are you
sure.
just on the queen side?
I'll think about I'll think about bishop b7 here. I don't know if it works, but I'll think about it. Um, yeah, I think from what I can see, it seems like bishop b7 might work.
And taking that allows a rook over to the d file
I guess I
somewhere.
go rook a8, and then bishop b7, rook d1, knight d1. Maybe I just bring my queen to like I don't even know. Maybe e1.
Well, how does queen get out of there? Oh well, I mean queen could take on b7, right?
Yeah, no, bishop b7, queen d7, rook a d8,
Right. So,
and
or
then
rook a d8.
queen b7, rook d1, knight d1, and then maybe queen e1. I don't know if that works. Oh yeah, he decided to play this.
Wow. This could be very interesting.
Yeah, queen d7, queen d8, queen b7, rook d1, knight d1. I guess I don't know if queen e1 works. I think it's probably what black will play if that happens. Because white is it's hard to defend the knight.
Yeah, you guys go play king c1.
Oh, but then yeah, there's like some like if
Rook d8.
maybe bishop d3 though. That's unfortunate. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say because or maybe is black's plan to play like maybe black will think about playing. Yeah, I'm kind of confused here. I don't know what black's gonna play after queen d7 to be honest.
Very interesting. All right, let's go check out Martha on board 4 here for the US. The board 1 for the girls, but let's go through the moves really quickly.
Looks like the exact same position as yesterday almost.
Yeah, I remember the knight on e4 there.
Yeah, and she's bringing knight to c6. That makes sense.
Queen e3 was the same move I think as yesterday, right? And when and we were stuck at this point wondering whether to play knight takes d2 or bishop a6 or
yeah,
and then trying to get the knight on c6 somehow into this square.
Yeah.
At some stage.
Okay. Decided to take on d2 makes sense.
Maybe both players went back and replayed the commentary from you, Jason. So
possibly, but my commentary is probably not accurate. So.
So knight d2. So I wasn't sure whether knight d2 was. You were definitely talking about just bishop d2 was much more natural.
I think bishop d2 is what's going to be played.
Well, the reason I like knight d2 was just to stop the knight covering these c4 and e4 squares, but then you can't get the bishop developed.
Yeah, and then also just go bishop a6, knight a5, and then you can't play b4 or anything, so it seems like black just has a really natural game if that happens. But now with knight a5, I'm going to assume that white's going to take. Or maybe play, I don't know, b3? Maybe, I don't know. Either take or b3. I think it's probably forced.
So knight a5 was still played, allowing capture on a5 and edit whites. Yeah, that's one of those trades that you've got to evaluate, whether that bishop or the knight, the double pawns.
Yeah, I'm not sure if white's going to take on a5. I think I'll lean probably more towards playing b3 here. Because I guess white can take on any time, at any time.
No, she captured.
Take, yeah. I don't know. Because now, okay, black has, double isolated pawns, but, they could become strong. Like, now black has, like, queen b6, bishop a6, a bunch of very natural moves.
Yeah. All right, and let's go check on Rochelle Wu, who is manning board 5 for USA. Let's go.
What just happened?
check the opening in French.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
What? Wait, why G5?
We lost a knight.
Oh, okay. Typical.
Let me go back to one of these other games here and then see if we can get back into there.
Yeah, queen b6.
And we still lost the knight on
Oh,
f6. There it is.
yeah. Very natural play. All very logical.
I think they had something very similar. She played the French yesterday for sure, but whether this exact same position was reached, I'm not sure. But
yeah, I don't prefer white here. Oh yeah. Oh wait, I don't know.
G5.
G5. Interesting. Queen C5. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if black's not careful, it's very well she's gonna get mated soon. I'm not entirely sure what black should play here. It's not so clear what black should play here. Especially with her clock ticking down, it's not so clear.
Yeah, I mean, obviously matching the queenside pawns and getting that bishop off the c file somehow might come in useful. I'm sure you'd prefer the rook on f8 probably to be on c8 rather than the a rook. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Does black just match down the queen side here, and you just say, well, whatever happens on the king side happens over there, and I just go for it over here, or is there a way to defend on the
bishop a4? I'm assuming white plays
b3.
e3, but I don't know. I guess black's idea is that they're gonna move the bishop back, and
Right.
you're gonna
So
go
after
a4,
b3, right,
and then black has a hook on b3 to open the a file and maybe go rook a8 or something, or not sure.
Yeah, and how does white's attack get going in this position?
Hard to say now, because yeah, I mean, I'm assuming white has to play b3, and then bishop moves to b5, and then okay, let's see, maybe you probably have to go like, yeah, I don't know, like I think for some reason I feel like black's attack is going to be faster than white's attack.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check back in on Andrew, board one again. So because these are 10-minute plus 2 rapid games, it's very hard for us to just stay with one game. We've got five games going on in each match, so we should hop around a little bit. Well, how's this developing? This was the I think we left it at queen b4 here.
Yeah, f5. Okay.
So they offered a repeat.
Yeah, no, but Andrew decided to not make a draw.
Repeat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I think
this is the current position.
I don't even know. Somehow, it's hard to suggest any plans for either side. I guess black's. I guess black can't. Maybe no. Never mind. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to take it slow here for white and for black. Nothing really dynamic is gonna happen soon, I think. I think they're just gonna like move
a castle.
Or... Yeah, castle. Maybe we go like rook c1 somewhere. I guess black might consider playing like e4 plus knight e5, but I don't know if that's like good right now. But yeah, we're approaching some sort of time trouble on a lot of boards. Yeah.
Yeah, we sure are. So let's. You played rook c1. Let's.
They're just gonna take it really slow.
Check on with Christopher Yu. We had the position after this. Interesting bishop b7.
Yeah, black decided not to take.
Rook h3.
Yeah, but now I really prefer black. Especially after what happens.
f4.
I'll consider. Is there something wrong with bishop e4? Yeah, what if just bishop e4? Is the plan to take on e5 with the pawn? I don't even know what's happening there.
Well, the analysis bar definitely swung in black's favor after f4. That's for sure. So bishop e4.
Oh, maybe
take on e5 and c2.
Oh, that doesn't work. Never mind.
It's hanging. Yeah, bishop e4 was played.
Yeah, and fe5 has to be played, or else white is just, I guess, down a pawn. I don't see a clear refutation to fe5, but I think it exists.
So after fe5, I mean, you play bishop c2.
Yeah, and then king a1.
King a1 and take the rook.
Yeah, I don't. It's. I think black is gonna be a lot better after queen e5 there. I guess black has 3 pawns. But maybe there's something better, but I don't see it.
Yeah, bishop was played.
I have to play this king a1, bishop d1, or
queen d1.
Queen d1, queen e5 probably, and then we're gonna see if Christopher can, I guess, convert this.
You might have some tactics that are involved in getting the queen off the d1 square, I guess, at some stage.
Yeah, but right now we're just gonna be up 3 pawns for bishop and knight versus rook. So
rook and 3 against a bishop and knight.
Yeah, and white's pieces are not coordinated. At least not right now. And he has some king problems as well.
All right. Okay, so Christopher's looking good here. Let's check in with Robert. See how this is going. Robert's opponent only has 30 seconds left.
Oh, he's completely winning, right? Yeah, completely winning. He's up 3 pawns.
Up 3 pawns?
92 game's over. 92. Yeah, okay, he's going to win this game.
Yep, and Robert does win right on cue. Well done. And let's check in with Martha. So good win for Robert there. Well, USA are up 1-0 in the match.
This position looks balanced, but I think I'll prefer black here. We just
yeah, it looks like a set of rooks came off, and then
yeah, white's pieces might look good on the c file, but it's also not clear what they're doing. I don't know, like maybe we can. Not sure. And also black has the bishop pair, which is generally good for him. For her.
Yeah, bishop pair. In compensation, obviously black's pawn structure is a little damaged, but the open b file, I'm sure, will come in useful at some stage, and that's just cutting that white rook off. It may lead to some sort of tactics, attacking the rook somewhere along the line. All right. Martha's opponent is down to 20 seconds left.
Yeah, and the rook might get trapped somehow. Maybe not here, but somehow.
Some sort of queen b5 and bishop d8, or no, because the a pawn would hang. I don't know.
Yeah, I would seriously consider playing queen b5. Yeah, I'm not sure how the rook is getting out. Maybe just
maybe b5, rook c7, and then
rook c7. Maybe I use rook b5, rook c5. Hard to evaluate.
All right, let's go check in real quick on Rochelle's game.
Somehow white got a really good position.
Yeah, white. We were wondering how white's attack was going to make it before black's attack. We weren't quite sure. She opened the g file and the trade a bishop for knight here.
Oh, the problem was that white was allowed to play c takes b3 after a4 and a b3. And then white has an attack here. It's very, very, very strong attack, it seems.
And this is the current position right now.
Yeah, it's very difficult to stop this, especially since black has no attack now.
Right. I guess d5 is hanging.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe white can just play direct with just rook g3 check.
Rook g3 and queen h5. Or...
Oh wait, but that might not work because of queen c2 check somewhere.
Oh yeah. Well,
maybe
if you keep the rook on the, as long as you keep the rook on the third rank, you're covering the c.
Yeah, I think rook
score.
d5, bishop d5. I think they're all very strong.
No, rook d5 seems to force the defense of the knight on d7.
Yeah.
Somehow, and then maybe just rook g1,
or maybe even white can play like. But yeah, I like rook d5.
All right. Well, white is thinking here. She's got 50 seconds left.
Yeah.
Well, let's run back to board one really quickly.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're looking pretty decent in the girls' games, and we've already got one victory here. And this is Christopher. This is Andrew Hung. Sorry.
Yeah, CD6. The white's gonna promote his pawn, right? Or hard to stop. Oh. I assume just d7 probably.
30 seconds left for these players.
Yeah, probably d7 is winning. Yeah, and then rook h2, bishop f2. It's hard to suggest the move to stop this. Yeah.
H2 check.
Bishop f2, probably, or
king e1.
I see. Rook h1. Rook h1, maybe he just runs to d2. I don't know. Oh, he's planning to run c3 probably. And then black has no checks, and we just promote. Smart. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna win this as well. Huh? What is this? Queen. Yep, white wins.
And queen with check.
Yeah.
And you are correct. White does win. Check on over on board 2 here. Looks like both players are down to very few seconds.
Seems like white's gonna win this. Black's gonna win this. We're looking good still.
Yep, gotta watch out for the mate.
Yeah, but rook a4, rook b4, rook b8. I assume it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, this is yeah, and then b2 is gonna fall, and then wait. So it looks like we're gonna win this.
All right. Not quite sure what's happening with my evaluation engine there.
Yeah, it's carries
White.
the previous game.
White +6.
That's not happening. Yeah, well, now it's probably better.
All right, let's go check in with Martha real quick on board 4.
Looks like she is gonna win this game.
And she.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Oh no. Martha was black.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yep, Martha was black, so Martha unfortunately lost that game. Let's go check in with Rochelle, and it seems like Rochelle just won. Yeah, Rochelle just won on time there, although it looks like the position's clearly winning. So we have this one last game going. Christopher, you. So USA has already won the match. We're up 3-1 right now. With one game left to play.
Yeah, it looks like Christopher is probably going to be able to convert this. Yeah, rook e8 is threatened. Just take it slow, and then we're going to win this. Okay, also white flagged. Looks like white flagged.
Looks like white flagged.
Yep.
Although Christopher was winning there. So that's a very good start for Team USA today. A 4-1 match victory over France. So very well done to the team. And we seem to look really well. Martha seemed to be doing okay in her game. Let's see if we can work out where she somehow lost this in here. So I think we looked somewhere around.
Oh yeah, this is the line that I was thinking.
With queen b5.
Yeah, I think I was thinking that queen b2 does not work because of
rook c7, and then bishop d8 was what I was doing, and then rook c5.
Because now queen b2 doesn't work because you win the bishop.
here, and the bishop. Yeah, the bishop on d8. You don't recapture on c4. You just obviously pin that bishop and win a piece. And I don't think the c pawn is running anywhere disastrous to make up for that. So that's yeah. I guess we can probably stop there. And it seems like her opponent went on to convert that one.
Okay.
But still a let's quickly check in on this game here and see how this. I know we were talking about this attack coming in very quickly. It seems like after f5 here. She did play rook g3.
Rook g3, and then yeah, bishop h3 makes a lot.
h3. Yeah.
Yeah, but if this is allowed, then we just win a piece.
And the knight on d7 just disappears. Yeah. And it seems like Rochelle was able to easily convert from this point on.
Yep, it made threatened, and
the rook's in the game. Trade those.
Yeah, and then white clearly wins.
Yeah, and it's just a question of converting the extra piece.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then black just wandered the queen.
Oh, queen f4. That might have been some sort
yeah.
of mouse slip.
Yeah, and she had probably 0.7 seconds left when she made the move, so she was long.
Very long time. Okay, well, a very good start for US chess round 1. So the idea is, I don't know how the other matches are going, so there's at least a 5-minute break between matches.
Yeah, I can check how the matches went.
The arbiters are going to announce in my little arbiter Zoom chat channel here when the next round is scheduled to start. So all the players are connected to the Zoom channel, and they should be able to see the chat going on there, even though they don't really have the Zoom on their computers. They have a separate camera system set up for that, so that the arbiters can see the layout, see the player and the screen, make sure nothing else is going on there. So yeah, Jennifer Shahadi is commenting, by the way, on your great commentator skills, and she tuned in to say hi. So we have about 20 people watching right now, Jason, just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will be back in a few minutes, folks, to check out recap round 2 here, and hopefully let's see here. So we'll how about we come back in 5 minutes and restart the show then, and that will give Jason and I a quick time to have a quick break, and so we'll be back real soon, folks. Okay, welcome back, folks, to live coverage of the FIDE Candidates Countries Youth Online Chess Tournament, which involves 6 teams playing matches at rapid time controls, 5 players on each team. USA had a great victory in round two. We won the match 4-1 over France. Wins all around for everyone but Martha. It seems like some very good games. Even Martha, I think, had a very good position at one stage. She just fell into a tactic, losing a piece. Let's check in. I think Jason's been doing some research here on the other results, as you can see from the screen. Unfortunately, the results on chess results don't get as updated as often as we would like. But I think, Jason, you told me that FIDE managed to win in their match against Netherlands, and Russia managed to win in their match against China.
Mm-hmm.
So that would, if my math is correct, put USA on 1.5 match points. It would leave FIDE and Russia at least on 1 match point. Well, Russia would also be on 1.5, tied with us, since they tied with USA in the first match. And then FIDE and China and France would all be on 1 point, since they won their France and China, I think, won their first round matches, and the Netherlands would still be on 0. So we can't ask for a much better start from Team USA. We are currently waiting for the green light on when round 3 will start. We were told it will start approximately 5 minutes after the end of the previous round. This was a little quicker than originally planned. Every match was meant to start on the next hour, meaning in about another 25 minutes. But because we're trying to fit 4 rounds into where 2 rounds were going to be played today, the organizers are trying to get things moving a little quicker. So let's quickly move on over to the round 3 pairings here. And as you can see, USA will face the bottom team, Netherlands. I'm going to assume the expectation is that USA will win this, but again, we have black on 3 boards and white on only 2. But your thoughts on this? We can't quite track how the Netherlands team have been playing, but your thoughts on this match, Jason?
I think that, as you said, the US, even though they have 3 blacks, I think that they have an extraordinarily good chance of winning this match.
Yeah, while it seems like the players are very much on form this morning, Martha is the only East Coast player we have on the team, so it's definitely 10:30 or so in the morning for her. But all the rest of the players are on the West Coast. I'm not sure how often they get up at 7:30 on a weekend or 7 o'clock to play a game of chess, but that's what they did. They got up to play very early, and it seems like they're very fresh. So. Let's hope that continues throughout the morning here. And then in the other matches, Russia plays FIDE, and that's quite a big one. So that's the top 2 seeds playing each other, and that's one that will definitely probably have large implications on the final standings. Jason, your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, whoever is going to win that match will probably have an advantage over the other, like a pretty big advantage. And for the result of that match, I think I would give actually the chances to Russia over FIDE.
Okay, that's interesting. From the USA's perspective, would it be better to have Russia beat FIDE, or would it be better to have FIDE beat Russia, since Russia and USA tied?
Hard to say, because if Russia wins, then FIDE lost, which means that FIDE probably isn't going to win. But on the other hand, if FIDE wins, then if FIDE wins, then they're gonna assume that US wins. They're gonna be pretty close to the US in terms of points, and then
right. So
very important. Yeah.
And USA will play FIDE. Sorry, USA will play the FIDE team in the next round. So the issue is, if Russia obviously beats FIDE, then USA definitely has to probably beat FIDE, I would say, to stand the chances to get the gold here. So maybe we're hoping for a tie. somewhere
Yeah.
along the line.
Hopefully
So,
time.
and then in the other match, France will play China. So unfortunately, still no notices yet on when the next round will start. So they're obviously um, trying to get things going here. There are an awful lot of people involved in the coordination of this event. And thank you very much, to the folks in China who actually were the brainchild of this event and put everything together and contacted the nations and set everything up and arranged for all the arbiters who are watching all the screens of all the players, and they're taking this very seriously. So hopefully, everybody is playing, I'm sure, above board and by the rules. And but a lot of cogs in the machine here, making this event happen. So we're still waiting for them to give us the green light on when we're going to go ahead here and start round three. So just to let people know how this will shape up for the rest of the broadcast. Jason will be with me for round three here, the coverage of Netherlands versus USA. And then I should be joined by Women's Candidate Master Ruiyang, who was scheduled to join us yesterday, but with chess.com not working, she never got a chance to come live on the stream. I got a great chance to talk to her. We had some great conversations, and so I'm really looking forward to Rui's analysis and talking about some of the matches and games going on with her as well. So and thank you very much to FIDE Master Jason Wang here for joining us. It seems like everybody is enjoying the commentary. So let's hope that we get some games started soon so we can enjoy more of that commentary.
Yeah.
For now, we are just sat in the same place as we were yesterday when chess.com was having a few issues. So we're just sat waiting for some of these games to begin. I don't see anything online yet. No announcement has been made regarding the round times. So looks like someone is connecting there. So let's see. Not quite sure, Jason. So just while we're waiting here, you have been live streaming, it seems, yourself and commenting on various chess things going on. You said you were doing that via your friend's stream. Do you want to give your friend a plug here, or how can we follow that chess channel?
So we were yesterday. Actually, yesterday night we were streaming a Blitz tournament in the Boston Chess Club charity event COVID-19, and his channel is twitch.tv/savage SAVAGE and then Zerking, which is ZERKING.
ZERKING.
Yeah, and yesterday we actually had about 50 viewers ish.
Okay, well, that's really good.
Yeah.
And you had fun. So you said it was some charity event that the Boston Chess Club was.
So they raised
doing?
about I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and a lot of people gave donations. It was nice.
Yeah. And who was playing in the Blitz event?
It was there were two sections, open section and U1400 section. It was not especially strong. It was, I mean, there were a couple of IMs, but there were no GMs. But I think the top seed was IM Justin Wang.
Okay. Yep. And Justin was on the list of people to play in this event. Justin was the highest ranked player. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it for this event. Hence why, but we still ended it with Andrew Hong, Christopher Yu, and Robert, the three, I think, out of the top 5 on the list there. So, it would have been nice to have, obviously, Justin involved, but it seems like the team is doing well enough. Jen Shahadi is asking where did the money go? So Jason, I don't think can see the chat, so I will.
I think it's called United Ways, and it's they're working to help people who are suffering from COVID-19.
That is absolutely fantastic, and Thank you, Titi, for doing that. And it seems like I hear chess moves coming through. So it looks like
Great.
games have started. So let's hop on over to chess.com here and see if we can catch some of the games. And it seems like we have at least 4 games going on. So, and now 5. So let's check in with Andrew Han, who has the black pieces here. And we're playing the Netherlands. So he is playing Han Yichin, FIDE Master. And your thoughts on this game?
Hmm. Uh, it's gonna be like probably a dynamic game, but hard to hard to say right now. We're kind of too early in the game.
So you told me yesterday you were a Sicilian guy. So is this the sort of line you would play? I don't. You think you said you didn't play the night
Yeah,
off, right?
I don't really play the night off. I think, yeah. I mean, I think that in general, I would say that black is doing fine here.
Wow, took on B2.
Whoa. Okay, I guess
Some
it's
sort
not
of
really a
it's like
point.
some
I
poison pawn variation.
guess it's not.
Well, he spent 40 seconds deciding whether to capture on B2 or not. So
True.
all right, so this one looks interesting. Let's check in with Christopher Yu on board 2 here. Christopher's also playing a FIDE Master for the Netherlands. So Christopher has the white pieces. And this looked like some sort of hybrid Caracan with G6.
Yeah, I agree. I think white has a slight but stable advantage.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be an awful lot happening there. Black will probably be a little passive in this position, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
The bishop on c8.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess black's being cut of bishop will also be quite strong in some ways. But white's gonna probably have some sort of the bishop's also blocked, and I guess white's gonna have some sort of space advantage here, and like like usual in these pretty fast rapid games, they're gonna just make very logical moves, and at the end when time gets low, they're gonna start making the game up more complicated, and
Yep.
or the game's gonna become complicated.
Yeah. So with 10 minutes plus 2, the games get pretty exciting very quickly here. Once we get 20 or 30 moves into these games, people are normally in time trouble, and the last 30 moves are sort of blitzed out on the 2-second increment, it seems. So this is Robert's game. Robert has black here against another FIDE Master from the Netherlands. So even though say Netherlands are ranked 6 out of the teams, I mean there aren't really weak teams. Netherlands still has 3 FIDE Masters manning their top 3 boards here.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this? Did you want to go back and see the opening moves really quickly?
Yeah,
let's run through. This looks like some sort of transposes into the same line as the second game we looked at. USA has black in this one. F6, knight F7.
Yeah, it looks very very different from what we've seen.
Right.
At least with this double knight F7 C7 bishop G7.
Yeah, I looked. Is this one of these positions that you just play? E5.
Yeah.
Are those pawns weak here, or are they strong in the middle?
Yeah, it depends on how black executes it. But from what I can see right now, it seems like these pawns are going to be very strong, because, for example, black plays d4, yeah, and then f3 probably has to somehow be, like, I don't think white's gonna allow bishop f3 to d6. And it's actually not that easy to prevent f3 from being captured. Like, I don't maybe hard to suggest the move. That's why the engine bar is minus 1 point.
Slightly favoring black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's check in with Martha. Martha could really do with a win here. So I think she suffered in the first couple of games that she's played. So let's see. This seems fairly standard. Let's run through the opening moves really quickly here. Sicilian. Martha playing the G3 lines. Playing it nice and simple. And here we are. I'm sure as black you would be fairly comfortable in this position as black, and
Very, very comfortable.
And I'm sure as white, players who play this would probably feel comfortable as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be like not so, I don't know, hard to say. Actually, I think what I can generally see here is that black is satisfied with her opening. Black has a comfortable game.
Yeah, this one looks like it's pretty much for it's probably equal and open to anyone playing here. So hopefully the best player will win that one, I guess. And let's check in with Rochelle here on board 5. She has the black pieces, so USA has black in 3 out of 5 games this round.
Mm-hmm.
And another Sicilian, and this is more like your line.
Not real.
Although G6.
Yeah.
Transports some sort of dragon.
Mm-hmm. Logical. Yeah, B5 makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense for black.
Plans for black here? What would you be thinking about as black?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe. Yeah, it's not so clear. I would need a lot of time to think here. Maybe. Yeah, somehow we need a. Yeah, I'm not sure because I'm not used to these type of positions, to be honest.
Right. You don't normally have a dragon bishop.
I'm not in the Sicilian, at least. No.
Yeah, I'm. The first move that pops out to me, which is really sad because you've just played B5, would be something like A6, just to protect B5 at some stage. But I guess you might want to save a tempo for playing A5 at some stage. Taking on D5 is not something I might have considered.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I thought A5, and it's gonna be. I mean,
yeah, and the E7 might be.
Yeah, you probably have to go like Rook E8 or something to stop F4 ideas.
Right.
But I assume black is fine here because Rook E8, maybe Knight C4 after Rook E8.
Right. So she played H6 to kick the bishop on G5. Stop it from pressuring the E7 pawn here.
I assume probably. I don't know if Bishop H4 is. It should be considered, I think.
G4. I imagine you're going back one of these ways, but you might want to not block the F pawn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that G5 probably.
Oh, Bishop played Bishop E3, which blocking the E file, which
but
doesn't seem to make.
Black has to deal with A7 in some way. Probably just A5 though.
And that's what I was talking about here. If you A6 might be a little more solid, just putting extra protection on the B pawn, but I mean, that's not really the Sicilian way, right?
Yeah, I think that black's playing for an advantage now.
Yep.
So probably A5 will be the way to play.
And already at this stage, we're 15 moves in, and Rochelle is down. Half of her time is gone already. Such is life in this. All right, let's pop back over to Andrew Hong here, who's down to 2 minutes against his opponent already in this position. And we left this after taking the pawn on b2, let's see if we can. Oh, a sacrifice on e6 here. Wow.
Wow. Oh, but this is unfortunate because White has I think White has sufficient compensation. Oh, knight d8.
Well, there was a chance of a draw here, but they took on b7.
Yeah.
White turned down the repetition.
But I really.
And this is the position.
I think that White's just better here because even if okay, so he has 2 pawns, right, for the piece, and then also Black's king is just completely weak, and
Black can definitely no longer castle. So just
yeah. Oh wait. Whoa.
Is that just blundering the rook on b7, or what?
No, I guess he has knight c7, but maybe computer does not like it whatsoever, which probably means there's some sort of tactic.
94 just looks disastrous. Well, took on b7.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense now. I mean, you have to take an a8, right? That's the only, or else you just down a rook and a piece, and that's way too much.
So king somewhere. King f7.
F7 for sure. Unless he finds something, because he's thinking a lot here. For this move.
Yeah, I'm just seeing all the white checks here.
Well,
but
I guess his idea is if king f7, maybe bishop f6. He's thinking.
Right, but then can you play king f6? You might be walking into something there. And then gf6 allows queen d5 check at some stage.
Not gonna play that. Or maybe he's just thinking about some play.
King d7.
Yeah, king d7. Oh, well, computer doesn't like that. Maybe.
Does it run into an e5 at some stage?
Yeah, I guess e5 and knight b6 and that stuff could be annoying. Because yeah, he's also really low on time now.
Right. So Andrew here has a minute 40 to try and defend this position.
Mm-hmm.
Queen a5, offering a trade of queens and stopping the knight from getting out. Seems sensible to try and trade off as many pieces as you can in this position. The queen is obviously defending the g5 bishop as well, so
yeah.
I mean, you're going to play bishop e7 and threaten the knight on a8. Somewhere along the lines here.
Yeah, and
so I can't imagine you want to be trading. So you got to move the queen somewhere where
some e3 is probably the best square just to prepare knight b6 and queen h3 somewhere.
Queen e3 covering this square.
Yes, the knight
allowing the knight to get back out.
But maybe black plays
knight c5.
Knight c5. Knight c5. I think I would hesitate to play that move probably because of like
queen c5.
Yeah, I don't think really about queen c5, but then I have to consider like queen h3 check and make sure.
I guess you still have knight b6 right now to try and get the knight out.
King c6. You have to trade then, so you're not going to play that. I think. Yep, I think queen h3 check is probably pretty much the only move. And then maybe king e7. I don't know. Probably king e7 is probably close to forced. Unless king e8, but looks shaky there. King d8. I don't like king d8. Yeah.
I guess you didn't want to block these from trying to get in. I mean, black really needs those two pieces in the play.
Maybe white can, play like rook b1. Oh no, he cannot play rook b1. Because of queen g5. So maybe. Yeah, I think you have to consider tactics. Like, I don't see anything special, so maybe white's not going to find anything either.
Okay. That's a good theory.
Yeah.
If you don't see it, they won't see it. Cool. So, okay. All right, let's check in with Christopher on board 2 here. So, this was fairly quiet. I
Yeah,
think
still
back here
quiet.
we determined this was gonna heat up a little bit later on. Let's see. B5, and knight back to F6, and now Queen C1. Both players have roughly 3 minutes or so to finish the rest of the game from this position.
And
I still think White still has a space advantage, and but Black has expanded on the queen side here.
I mean, obviously, there's still nothing special.
Yeah.
But once we start getting into this like 1 minute, 2 minute, it's gonna start heating up.
Right. So something like Queen B4 to me just invites A3, right? Because you want to stop that A pawn coming down the board.
Yeah, and I guess it's important that
kick it out with tempo.
Yeah, like if Queen B3, I assume it's possible to just play Knight D2 and then Queen D3, Rook E3. So I don't understand Black's plan with Queen B4. I don't know, like.
I don't know if you can play Knight D2 because the D3 bishop.
Yeah, but then I play Rook E3 if you take it.
Okay.
And that trap your queen. So
that's the type of thing I would fall into.
um,
That's why you're here.
So I think if A3 is played, Black is probably gonna go back. I don't know where. F8 maybe, but then Black is getting actually really passive. Or maybe ideas Queen B3 and then Knight D2 and then like Queen B6. But
right.
also
and then hope that the knight is not positioned well here.
Queen B6. Okay, that didn't make too much sense then.
Yeah, inviting White to play A3, which is something they might have wanted to play at some stage anyway to stop the A pawn coming down the board. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, and it's White's turn again. So.
Yeah. All right, let's check in with Robert here on board 3.
Yeah.
Wow, this
he looks a lot better. Like he's about to queen his pawns, and D6.
Yeah, this was the question I had about these centralized pawns.
Yeah. So
whether there would be a strength or a weakness. Somehow White managed to get his pawn down to D6.
Yeah.
Around all of this, if we just run back here, I think that's how White prevented the F3 knight from being traded.
But Black is just clearly better here.
A lot of pieces coming off.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
And this is where we are.
I think, like, Meta on E2 was obviously misplaced. The rook on F1 cannot move. The rook on D5 cannot move. The queen on B4 doesn't do anything if it moves.
Do you want to be playing D3 here? And
yeah, I'll probably play D3 if it was a blitz game. Assuming I'm not missing any tactics.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. So I assume just D3.
Right.
And then maybe we follow up with.
You play rook to F5 at some stage, or.
Yeah, and also I would always be on the lookout to see if bishop E5.
Bishop E5 threatening. I see that mate threat on that one.
D3 and then queen F6. Yeah, so now this is also good because now it looks like D6 is gonna fall. Unless D7 is played, but.
Right. Well, D7 was played.
Yeah. Yeah, I would prefer just to play D3 there instead of instead of bishop E5.
Instead of bishop E5.
Yeah. But still, obviously, Black is better.
Right. Looks like an attempt to round up the D7 pawn might be happening now.
Oh, why does the computer say White is better? What?
That's computers for you, right?
Maybe Queen A5 could be annoying.
Attacking the bishop.
Yeah, and then the problem is if I go like bishop B8, he has rook D4. I don't know. And if rook D7, yeah, because E5 is negating, so.
So you have to maybe give up the pawn, A pawn.
No, but how does Black What is Black gonna play? If bishop B8, rook D4, you're losing the D pawn probably. And you don't want to lose the D pawn. Yeah. I think probably Robert messed up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we got.
Yeah.
Bishop's definitely hanging right now, and you can't defend it with rook e7 because.
Yeah, and if you move your bishop rook d4, so a little bit of a dilemma there.
And then you obviously can't play this because of on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go check out Martha real quick. Martha is up on time.
Time for the blitz.
Yeah. Actually. Right. Looks like she may have just won a pawn somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I think she's much better here. And the bishop on g7 is bad bishop.
And it looks like Andrew Hong won his game, so I just saw that result pop up.
Oh, he won.
Yeah. You want to go check it out real quick and see what happened here? Black won.
Wow, that's.
So we were looking around.
I didn't see anything special for white.
Somewhere around this sort of position. Here, Queen h3, King d8, Bishop e3.
Yeah, but this isn't really anything special, I think. Yeah, e4. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, Queen b5. This is very logical, I think.
Took on b6.
Yeah. This is a.
Oh, that's a nice little tactic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the rest.
Yeah, rest is 9.
The rest was just a piece of.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, and let's go check in with Rochelle here real quick.
Here's 5 seconds.
And she looks like she's down a pawn.
Okay, so she needs to find some sort of attack. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, is she Queen e4? I mean, oh no, rook g3, doesn't she? Oh.
G3.
Well, maybe h5 is annoying there. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, it seems she's fighting on the 2-second increment.
And she's quite good at bullet and blitz, so I think she has a chance for sure.
Yep. Oh, f2.
Oh, f2.
And Queen g1 is hanging.
I assume Queen e3 is probably, but not Queen f1 probably. And now there's a lot of mate threats, so rook f3. But Christopher won. So.
And looks like Christopher won. So USA went up. USA currently up 2-0.
And then Queen h3 in here, and Queen g2, Rook g2. So it looks like Rochelle Queen h3.
Queen h3. Rochelle is playing her bullet and blitz skills.
Oh my god.
Queen g2.
G2, Rook g2 is.
Rook g2. And then you take the queen with check.
Yeah, game's over.
Looks like Rochelle should easily.
So it looks like we're gonna win this match.
Take this one.
Yeah, and then Bishop.
So considering USA is already up 2-0, and that's 3-0.
Yep.
Let's check back in with Robert here. Robert has the white pieces. No. Robert has the black pieces.
But he's also winning, seems like, somehow. Is he winning? Oh my god. I'm confused.
Right, G6. G3. It looks like he might be bailing out with a draw here. Is he going to bail out?
But maybe no, he could have probably. I don't know actually.
Is there a win here? Well, they've got 1 second. His opponent has 1 second. Robert has 7 seconds. 6, 5.
Just make a draw.
Move.
Make a draw.
Well, King G2 was declining the draw. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Discovered attack somewhere.
Now you're losing.
Oh, now it discovered check.
Now you're winning. What is happening?
Queen takes. King takes G3. No, now we're down we seem to be down a rook.
Oh no. Oh, Queen G6. Oh no.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's bad. That's kind of sad.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay, so we probably lost.
Well, he's gonna fight on, and Martha won.
Yeah, Martha won. So yeah, 4-1 looks like it's gonna be.
Yep. So Martha won her game.
Yeah.
Here. Let's since we haven't really delved into a Martha win for a little while, let's see what's going on. Hi Greg, it seems Greg Shahadi has joined us in the chat here. So Martha was up 2 pawns in this position. So maybe I missed the tactic earlier.
Yeah, and that she converted very efficiently.
Yeah. Got the king up the board to help protect the pawn.
Yeah. and she made a queen.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. Wow.
Wonderful. So you
1-5 if
4-1. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Robert probably should have won his game, at least at some point earlier.
Yeah. I maybe. Yes.
At
So.
least get a pretty big advantage, and
Right.
if he didn't lose the pawn, probably.
Yeah. I mean, it got very, very, very complicated.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I think it's kind of hard. Yeah, I guess he. Wow. What? Yeah, it's impossible to play this position with 8 seconds.
Right. It seems like he couldn't calculate it. He tried bailing out with the draw here, but his opponent didn't want to take it.
No, but I think
I
his
guess
opponent took it because I think he was winning. I think he could play a queen b2 here.
Queen b2.
Yeah, it looks like he just wins.
Rook f2.
Rook
And
h2.
then rook h2.
And so if queen e2, I guess I just take rook h2, rook e2, and then king g6.
Right. Take the knight on g6.
Yeah, so he could have won the game if he just played queen b2 check here.
Here, and after this, 6.
Oh, no, or just go rook h2 check. It's probably simpler.
Right.
Queen e2.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think many a way to win this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but oh well.
Yeah.
But still another 4-1 victory for USA against the Netherlands. So that yeah, if we were going to ask for something out the first 2 games today, I think 2 4-1 victories would have done the job.
Yeah.
So and Martha went ahead and got her first win of the event, which is good news for US. I think Rochelle may have won all 3 of her games so far, and
Andrew.
Andrew has won all 3 of his games, maybe.
Wait, did Christopher win all 3, or did he?
Well,
I don't know.
Let's run over here and check really quickly. So in round 1, Andrew won his game and Christopher drew. So Andrew has definitely won.
So Andrew and Rochelle
all of his games. Yep, exactly. So we don't have any results yet from round 2. No results yet from oh well, it looks like
some results.
Some results coming in.
China probably will.
Oh, and we have results now from round
2. Yeah, 5-0 and 4-1.
Wow, so that was so in round 2, FIDE beat Netherlands 5-0, and Russia beat China 4-1. And then it seems like it looks like some results are getting updated here every now and again. So as we know, USA went on to win 4-1 in their match against Netherlands. So yeah, we are waiting for results of the other matches.
Yeah.
To come in, but so far USA is now on 2.5 match points. After another great victory here in round 3. We are getting set up for the big battle in round 4, where USA will play FIDE.
It looks like Russia. Yeah, it's hard to say. But if Russia loses, then I think US is in clear first, right?
Yes. If Russia loses, then USA would be.
Or Russia doesn't win.
In clear first. That's right. Yeah, if Russia doesn't win.
Okay, I'm gonna check to see quickly if Russia wins.
Okay, so while Jason does that, we are going to go on a little short break here. Allow Jason and I to get do whatever we need to do during the break. So the plan right now is for Women's Candidate Master Ruiyang to join us. To join me, and Jason will take a hiatus and leave us for the day. But Rui is not online yet, Jason. So I'm going to keep you on the line if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Because should Rui not join me for a little while, if you're able to, I'd like you to stay on and keep in touch with us and keep the commentary going. If Rui comes and joins us, then she will replace you, and we will say thank you to you at that stage and whatever. So for now, folks, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So, all right, we'll see you all very soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the live broadcast. Let me quickly change some information here. I'm now joined by Women's Candidate Master Ruiyang Yan. Hi, Rui. Good morning. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
Good. So I am. It looks like the games have started here. So Andrew Hong has the black pieces against Grandmaster Nihal Sarin. We are in round 4 of a 5-round match tournament here, and USA has won both games so far today. Let me quickly click on this. And there we are. We can see that it's WCM Ruiyang Yan. Rui, your thoughts on this game already? It looks like Andrew is playing the Sicilian. And
I recognize this.
And so this is going to be the toughest game, toughest match for USA possibly against the FIDE team. We're not quite sure what the result of the FIDE match was in the last round against Russia. The result of that match is key to knowing what's going on with the tournament as a whole. But we know that USA has black in 3 games here for this round, as they do whenever they have the black pieces. So yeah, you've seen this Sicilian position before?
Yeah.
So do you what opening do you normally play? Are you allowed to say? Do you normally play the Sicilian?
Yep.
Okay. Seems to be very popular. So, and I would just like to say, obviously, thank you to FIDE Master Jason Wang there, who was joining us for the first couple of rounds this morning. So this opening looks to be very, very slow. It's not the poison pawn variation that we got in the last game that left Andrew suffering a little bit, although he managed to pull it out in the end to win. It seems very much with the G3 Sicilian is very, very, very slow, more positional play than the tactical stuff that we normally see. Let's check in with Christopher Yu. I think you said you'd played Christopher before in a game, is that right?
A really long time ago.
A really long time ago, when you guys were just little people.
Well, I'm still little.
So you're 12 years old now, right?
Yeah.
And 12 years old, and when I made the list of who to invite to this tournament, you were, I think, the 3rd highest ranked under 16 girls USA player, behind the 2 playing in this event, Martha and Rochelle. So that's hence why you just missed making the team, but we were so happy to have you here commenting on the games. This was another Sicilian. Who would you rather be here? Would you rather be Christopher with white, or would you rather be black?
I prefer black. Wait, can I see the opening moves?
Yeah, for sure. Let's run through the opening. So it's E5. Very interesting.
Oh.
Maybe something that Christopher prepared here. So he is playing against the Grandmaster, Abdusadarov. So the FIDE team has 3 Grandmasters on their top 3 boards, and their women players are pretty good.
They're like the only Grandmasters in this event.
They are the only Grandmasters in the event, you are correct. So it looks like Christopher probably is aware of the plans in this position. As white, what would you be thinking to do here?
I think it's usually play d5, but I'm not sure.
You want to try and get this d5 pawn push in at some stage.
Or try to play knight e5, but it's not really possible now, because the d4 pawn hangs.
Right. So if the knight, well, the pawn would then be on that square. If capture, well, you can't capture with the knight because the pawn would then fork the bishop and knight. So, and I'm not sure.
They would take the d4 pawn, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you take d4 here immediately. Yep.
Yeah.
And these bishops look pretty ominous for black, coming all the way through the position like this. So Yeah, I'm not too sure. White maybe is already looking at just playing bishop e3 here in this position and getting the rooks centralized somehow. E1, D1, C1. You know, I'm not quite sure where you want to be putting these rooks. But white seems to be playing this position very slowly, and black is just naturally developed. And yeah, hopefully Christopher is down to 5 minutes already, whereas opponents has used 40 seconds.
Still have his time.
Right. So it's probably not a good sign for us already. But let's check in with Robert's position. So let's go in for move 1 here and see how Robert's doing with the black pieces. So he's playing Grandmaster Vincent Kmart. And this looks like some sort of Benoni.
It's like a really diminutive form of the Benoni.
All right. All seems very natural from here. Wow. Queen b6 is interesting. So black is attacking b2, which I'm not quite sure you wanted, but I'm surprised there isn't some sort of capture on h5 going on. Queen b4. And this is the current position. White to move. Who would you rather have in this position, white or black?
White.
White.
So maybe put like b3 and then like castles.
So white's just going to castle, and what does black do? Is black?
Black should try to play f5.
F5?
Yeah, but it's not like, but I feel like f5, you could just go like e takes f5. But then like, I don't know, there's maybe some tactics along the h8 to a1 diagonal.
Right. Because if you take here, then you can't take back with the rook because of g4 coming in. Although the bishop on f3
Well,
is
actually,
tactically
take
right
that.
now.
Maybe just e4.
Oh, I see, and you're opening up tactics here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting position. Black is a little cramped here, but hopefully we'll get some space soon. Let's check in with Martha. And I think you know Martha reasonably well, probably from your chess exploits. Let's check in. We're already 17 moves into this game, so let's check the opening real quick. Another Sicilian. Definitely very popular here. G1 line. Yeah. And G4. Oh, looks like she just... Did she lose a pawn on d5, or is that sacrifice?
It's just hand apart. Computer thinks it's fine though.
Oh.
Not really.
You give it a little time to catch up. So it seems like the tactics on d5 don't work because of things going on c2.
Yeah.
But I don't see an immediate mate. So if white plays bishop takes, oh, it's black's move. Knight c3 check. Uh-oh.
Wait, pawn take?
Alright. So you pawn takes, and then pawn takes, and then queen moves some more. And is there's no queen b6 right now, but I'm not.
Oh, I get it, because pawn takes, let's just say queen d3, bishop g2, rook g2, queen b7. Or queen c1. And then
I see. And then that is forking check and the rook on g2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a little hard to defend that. Okay, we seem to be struggling maybe there as well. Let's go check in with Rochelle Wu. And let's check in with the start of her game. Another Sicilian, so 4 Sicilians out of 5 games here in this match. And white definitely just playing the C3 variation, playing it nice and slow. It's interesting, this Queen C7, Queen B8. And this is the current position. So Rochelle is already down to 2.5 minutes, or 2
minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes something in this position. Who would you prefer here, white or black?
Well, I mean, like the times, I'll probably prefer whites, and the white's position seems pretty good too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like a pretty standard sort of Sicilian position. White has a little more space, but black, there is an open C file for people to compete over at some stage. There may be some little tactics coming along. Is white going to try and push one of those pawns at some stage? What would you play as black here?
It's kind of hard.
I think whatever you play it quickly, right? Since you're down to now 1 minute 40.
Yeah. Maybe I would consider E5-ish, I guess.
Okay, well, bishop E8.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like I should try to do something like Queen E3 and then E5. So I'm not sure it works.
Yeah. Well, I guess the idea is, yep, so Queen E3 is there, just as you said. And black is careful that they've got to be careful that if they don't do anything, they might just get, things might just go from bad to worse very quickly in this type of position.
She might have to. I mean, like, I feel like E5 now would be just like really bad now, because E5, pawn E5, knight D5, or just takes an F6 and then knight D5.
Right.
Now she's down 58 seconds.
Yeah, she's under a minute already. Wow, that's not a good sign. All right, let's go check in back on board 1 again with Andrew Hahn. Andrew has managed to win all 3 of his previous games, but here he's playing against Grandmaster Nihal Sarin. Very, very strong Grandmaster, probably one of the top under 16 player in the world. How's this position looking? Pawns are equal, but material is equal, but those black queenside pawns look a little sad.
His pieces are also like
very passive, and that b4 pawn looks like it might be dropping very, very soon. It's really hard to get play here as black.
And it's like after the b4 pawn falls, I guess you just try to attack the b5 pawn.
Right. So you would just be losing a pawn here. The pieces are just so passive, and white's pieces are very active in this position. Trying to trade off some pieces, and there goes the b4 pawn. So down, it looks like a clear pawn in this position, and white still has all the activity. So okay, so not looking very good for us on board 1 there. Let's check in with Christopher Yu, who has 24 seconds, 20 seconds left now. Playing his Grandmaster opponent with the white pieces. And there's the d5 push that you spoke about earlier.
His position seems fine, I guess.
Yeah, and e5, and now I guess black is going to try and say, what are you doing with that pawn? And then if you push it to d7, I don't know if the pawn is just going to be dropping now after things like king e6 or king e7.
Or maybe not, because like
right.
f6.
Yeah, so if there are trades on d7 now, the f6 pawn is hanging g4. But he might be able to play knight d6
Wait, knight
here.
d6.
Right, knight d6. And now the d7 pawn is probably disappearing.
Yeah.
There it goes. So black
knight
appears
d7.
to be Black appears to be a clear pawn ahead in this position.
Oh, Christopher.
And Christopher is down to
3 seconds.
just seconds. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. It might be a little tough for him to hang on in this. A pawn down, blitzing against an opponent that has 6 minutes left to calculate everything. Let's check in with Robert on board 3.
Robert's position seems fine, actually.
So it looks like he is down a pawn, but whether there is compensation for it in terms of a kingside attack, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, c4 is probably gonna fall unless he plays, yeah.
Knight to d3.
Knight c4. Christopher. Oh.
Yeah. Looks like Martha lost, unfortunately. So we can go check out that at some stage. Oh, knight f3 check. Now let's keep the kingside attack going.
That h3 is probably gonna fall.
Yeah, I don't think h3 can be defended at all. And the black queen will come into this game swiftly. Computer definitely didn't like that move. And let's see if Robert can convert here. It looks like Christopher also lost. So USA is down 2 games already in this match. Let's go check in with Rochelle real quick, who has 10 seconds left in her game on board 5 here.
Well, wait. She's down a pawn. And
down a pawn and down a lot of time. It seems to be a theme for the USA players in this particular match. We seem to have really suffered here against a very strong FIDE team.
Hold on, rook c5?
Rook c5 is just bishop c5. Oops.
Yeah. Queen or knight e7? No, wait, queen e7 doesn't work. Mate in 5?
Is this rook d8?
Yeah, rook d8 and then...
Now a knight check somewhere and then queen e8 coming. Knight g6, queen e8.
Yeah, knight g6.
Yeah. And if you take, it's made in 1 with queen e8. And so Rochelle resigned. So we're down 3 games there. Let's check in with Robert again. See what happened. He played queen d7.
Whoa.
Sacrificing the rook on h3. F3.
Huh? I'm just still confused right now.
Just f3. Nice quiet move there. And now you can't move the queen or the bishop because they're protecting the rook on h3. You potentially don't want to trade and bring white's rook over to h1. Yeah, I'm not quite sure Robert played this as accurately as it could have been played. And let's check in back on board 1 where Andrew is still trying to hang on here, but it looks like this rook and pawn ending is
This is probably losing.
completely lost. And right on cue, Andrew resigned. So the US team actually down 4-0 right now, with hopes of getting any type of points out of this game.
Probably not.
From this particular game here. But we could be looking at a 5-0 whitewash here, unfortunately. But let's see how Robert does. And so both players getting very low on time now. Robert has 23 seconds. Vincent has 50 seconds.
Wait, is Christopher playing like another game or something?
Yeah, oh, I don't know. I mean, he might be, but
Maybe.
yeah, it looks like he might. I don't know. Is he playing? I don't know who he's playing or what he's playing there, but let me. Get rid of that one real quick.
Wait. King H3?
King H2, King takes. So now down an exchange.
Yeah, this is probably lost.
Does the white pawn just march? D6. I guess you take on C4, so no. G1. Queen B4 now. Oops, and then the knight goes to check.
Queen H4, King P1, Queen
You
F.
can't play Queen H4 because the white queen protects the H4 square here.
Yeah, I'm just.
Unfortunately, otherwise you would have had maybe a perpetual check here. But yeah, well, I mean, the queen could always drop back to F1 if it needed anyway. Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, USA lost that match 5-0. So not a very good day for USA there. Let's quickly, I think we were just going to check, see how Martha eventually lost this one. I think there was some tactics happening on the G2 square after this knight C3 check. So she took Queen D3, as you said, G2. After bishop takes G2, she played King A1. So yeah. So and then she's just down in pawns now, not down a piece. Knight E4 takes, and then it looks like black just tried to trade everything off, and white was happy to trade everything off. What was wrong with rook? Yep. So she won the A5 pawn. I think black's play with the pawns here is just too strong.
And white lost.
Oh, and she blended the bishop to a check here.
Yeah.
And she resigned immediately instead of playing on a piece down. So let's go check in with the standings real quick here and see if they've been updated at all. So let's go to round 4 here.
It shows that we are at 3-0, so.
Yeah, so we know that finished 5-0. Not quite sure on how the other matches finished here. Let's see if we can pull up the results from round 3. They did finish those. So FIDE did beat Russia 3-2 in their match there, which was very important. And the I don't know why it's showing Netherlands beat USA 3-2. In that, we obviously need to get that corrected. So I will contact the organizers here real quick and see if they can get that corrected. In the meantime, Rui, we are going to take a small break. So let's see when we expect the next round to start. We should be back on, let's say we come back on in about 5 minutes here, folks. So Rui and I are going to take a quick break. and we will be right back in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned for the last round. Hopefully we'll get updated standings. We'll get the standings fixed for USA, and we'll be back with hopefully a better look for USA in round 5.
Yeah.
Welcome back to live coverage of the FIDE Candidates Countries Youth Online Chess Tournament. I am joined by Women's Candidate Master Ruiyang Yan. We just saw USA lose to FIDE, even though it only shows 4-0 here on the screen. It was actually 5-0. And it seems the other round 4 results, China, we assume, beat Netherlands 4.5-1/2. According to this, and Russia beat France 3-2. That probably still leaves a lot to play for in round 5. Unfortunately, the team standings are not updated via the website, but China have at least a win here. Russia had a win, and FIDE had a win. And if we combine that with what we know of the other results, China had a win in round 1. Russia tied with the USA here. And then in round 2, China lost to Russia, but FIDE won and USA won in round 2. And then in round 3, you can ignore the result here that says 3-2 to Netherlands. USA actually won 4-1. We're going to assume the other 2 results are accurate. So China won again. So I have China calculated as 3 wins. And then FIDE won, so I have FIDE calculated now as having 3 wins, since they won in rounds 2, 3, and 4. Russia lost that one, but Russia did win, it seems, in round 4. So Russia have at least, I think that is 2 wins and a tie, and I think USA have 2 wins and a tie as well. So according to my calculations, China and FIDE are at the top with 3 wins each, and USA and Russia, I believe, would come next with 2.5 wins each, and that leaves us going into round 5 here. FIDE facing France, Russia facing Netherlands, but we got a big battle here between USA and China, where China have 3 wins and USA have 2.5, and so if USA can beat China here, we would leapfrog over China. If FIDE wins their match here, it seems, I think FIDE will win the tournament. And but if something happens with FIDE in this match, Russia and the USA and China could each be in with a shout of winning the tournament. So Rui, you I don't know what to say. You came on board here into the commentary and joined us for the first time, and USA suddenly loses 5-0. Is that just an unhappy coincidence? I'm assuming nothing to do with the fact that you were now watching and commentating on the games. It was just bad luck that you came on when we faced this tough FIDE team. What were your thoughts on the games there that you saw? And how do you think our chances are in round 5 against what appears to be a tough China team here?
I mean, it's still possible we might win, but in our last match, I mean, like we were all like down time, and
yeah, we're all down time. Yeah. It seemed like they were down the time and down a pawn at one stage. Everybody
was like that.
Right, which makes it really tough. Yeah, but the FIDE team, I think, was expected to be very strong. China obviously played them very well in the first round to beat them 3.5, 1.5. But since then, it sounds like FIDE have bounced back with some 5-0 victories over the USA and a couple of other teams. And now they're playing France. And I haven't quite tracked France and Netherlands, but apart from the match between themselves, that might have been the only decisive chance of them winning something. And I think they played each other in round 1. And France beat the Netherlands 3.5, 1.5. So between the two of them, that might be the only points that they have here, as France lost to USA and Netherlands lost 5-0 to FIDE, the same as USA did. And then, France lost to China 5-0, and the Netherlands, as we know, this result is not 3-2 to Netherlands. It was 4-1 to the USA. And then France and the Netherlands obviously Netherlands lost to China here, and France lost a close one to Russia. So maybe France can do a minor miracle here and take something off FIDE heading into this last round. Who knows? We can only hope that is the case. But obviously, irrespective of what happens with the FIDE team, USA has a job to do in this last round by beating China. If they don't beat China, there is nothing that can be done despite the other results. So at least in this round, we have 3 whites and only 2 blacks. It's the last time we had 3 whites and 2 blacks. We won 4-1. So the games are due to start in about 3 minutes. I think they said 12 o'clock Eastern, which would be 9 o'clock where Rui is, who got up bright and early this morning to join us on the broadcast and replace Jason here. So Rui, we are just waiting for the games to begin. Lots of excitement. They should be happening in a couple of minutes. It's going to be tough, I think. I mean, you can't put a lot of weight, it seems, into the ratings of the players. These are the players' latest FIDE ratings. If you look at the ratings that appear on chess.com, they don't match these ratings at all. Some people might be very new to playing on chess.com. They might not have played rapid games on chess.com. Who knows why the ratings are all different. But it seems like these China have some very good players who it seems are all untitled officially, according to there's a couple of women's international masters there on the girls boards 1 and 2. So have you run? Do these names seem familiar to you at all? Have you run into these girls at the any of the world tournaments that you've been to?
Not really.
No. So I know you know Martha and Rochelle pretty well. Is that right?
Not really well.
Okay. So have you played against Martha? You said.
Well, during the juniors tournament, yes.
Okay. And have you played Rochelle?
Yeah, a few times before.
A few times. How did you do against Rochelle?
I don't really remember.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. So I mean, you know some of these players from the USA team. You've probably been to some world events where they've been. So it looks like the games are getting ready to begin. So and then hopefully we'll stay on the line afterwards and see if we can work out the final standings here, despite the website not getting updated with the team standings. It seems they're now updating the individual round by round results. And yes, so we're cheering on France in this round as well as USA. And we're possibly hoping that Netherlands can do something as well, so that Russia doesn't complicate matters by tying us on the same score. So I now have it 12 o'clock, which is the scheduled start time for the rounds. So I'm just waiting for the games to begin on chess.com, and then we'll switch over and start checking in over there. So just quickly, thank you everyone for joining us on the stream here. It's been great to do the live coverage from this event and showcase some of the best under 16 players in the world, some of the best under 16 players in the US as well. These are our top junior players that are participating in this event for us. It seems like the games are now beginning to start, so let's head on over and see what's going on here. So this is Andrew's game with white. And it seems like another Sicilian. And this seems like some sort of dragon variation.
Accelerated dragon.
Right. Accelerated dragon, and white is playing the Marazzi bind, which is the pawns on e4 and c4. And I guess USA need to play a little quicker this time. And I think we can ignore the analysis bar that seems to be going crazy right now. So this seems like pretty regular stuff for this sort of opening.
Yeah.
Is there a specific variation of the Sicilian that you like, Rui, over the others?
I like the Maracasi, but
Okay. And what about with black? Is there a... do you play the dragon or the night elf?
yeah, I play the night elf. It's
night elf? Okay.
I don't really have a preference though, so.
Okay. All right, so this seems to be going pretty standard. It looks like we've got one game that hasn't started yet. Bob 2, Christopher U for some reason hasn't started.
I think Christopher is playing the Theo. He's still playing his long game.
Okay. Oh, there we go. I now see him. I don't know why he's deciding to play 2 games at once here. But let's go and check in on Christopher's game.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's go back and have a look at the opening moves. Another Sicilian. Seems to be the theme of the day here. Christopher is black in this game. So we can maybe flip that around at some stage. And this is the current position. There we go. We'll look at it from Christopher's perspective.
Going alright for black now.
You think black's okay here?
Yeah.
So another C3 Sicilian here. I think Christopher tried playing something very similar in the last game. Let's check in with Robert. Check in on the opening moves. So D4 opening for once. And the Ninja Indian.
Yep.
Rook B1.
Probably play B4.
Do you think white is planning to play B4? Black's move right now.
Black could probably play like knight A6 or something. Like white also can't castle, so there may be like some knight G4 ideas in the future. Just saying.
Yeah. The knight could possibly come into G4 here with things over here because he can't get castled.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go check on Martha's game. Yep. Looks like knight A6 was played. Let's go back to see how we're doing with Martha here. Some sort of Catalan opening.
Yeah.
Martha playing pretty solid. Going to develop C5. And this is the current position. Martha's already down to 6.5 minutes. I wish the USA players were able to play a little quicker.
I mean, Black's queen has like maybe has some trouble finding like a better home for her in the future.
Yep, I'm not quite sure where. Okay, so Black now is going to be. I assume you take back with the B pawn here.
Or the knight.
So it depends whether you want these hanging pawns in the middle, or whether you want the isolated queen's pawn.
Yeah, B pawn.
So these hanging pawns here may be a strength and they may be a weakness. They definitely gain a lot of space, but they could become targets. So of course the D5 pawn is not under threat right now. We've got enough pieces sort of defending it. And of course the knight can go to B6 and add extra protection over here. White is able to get more pieces attacking it at some stage. Already got three pieces attacking it. The bishop can come in at some stage. So which may force black to be pushing this pawn at some stage. You just got to watch out for tactics along this diagonal here, both ways, I guess. And there's the opening of the diagonal to add the extra attacker to it. Now, of course, you can't push this.
Maybe knight b6 now.
Right, knight b6. So now 4 pieces attacking the pawn and 4 pieces defending it.
Yeah, knight f5, bishop f8.
All right, let's go check in with Rochelle. And she has the white pieces here. We're 11 moves in, so let's check in on the opening. Another d4 opening, another Nimzo Indian. So I think we got 3 Sicilians and 2 Nimzos. Oh no, Catalan as well in this game. Match. Takes, much more thematic.
And
Here we are.
yeah, white might be slightly better. Yeah, she has like some e5 ideas in the future. But I mean, e5 is going to be hard to push though, so.
Right. Right now, protection of the d5 pawn is what the e4 pawn is doing. So any e5 push, the d5 pawn could be pretty weak. I mean, I would recommend, I guess, just castling and getting the rooks into play, and then seeing what goes on. I assume black is going to play rook e8 at some stage, try and put pressure on e4, and then maybe expand on the queen side.
Yeah.
This seems to be where the game is going. This looks like fairly sort of standard-ish type opening. I'm not sure how many times you get this from the Nimzo Indian, but it looks like some sort of more Benoni-ish type position. Yeah, so black is already expanding on the queen side, while white will try and get the rest of her pieces into play.
Maybe white should play b3 here.
Is what happens if you just take on b5 here?
Knight
e4.
Yeah.
So I guess e4 pawn drops, and you don't want that trade. So trading this pawn for this pawn here would not be very good.
Right.
So I guess we defend this pawn first, and then threaten to take here.
Maybe just go like b3 first, because like if rook e1, black can just play c4.
Right. All right, and we will start the loop of the games again. So let's go back and see how Andrew Hong is doing. He's down on time, under 5 minutes already, but this position has totally gone a little crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns against 6. How's Andrew doing here, Rui? Do you think he's doing okay, or you prefer black?
I probably prefer black, but like I mean, yeah, because like maybe in the future you just take on f5 and then go d5, e4, and
so these pawns, black pawns here, will start marching.
Yeah.
Down the board here.
Sure.
So remember, to get anything out of the tournament, USA probably has to win this match at some stage. They are behind China and FIDE by half a match point, and they're playing China right now. So.
But now g takes f5, e takes f5, d5 could probably be met with like knight c3 if d4 then knight e4. And
yep. So capture, and then d5 is met by knight c3.
Yeah.
And then if the pawn comes on, the knight gets a really good outpost here on the e4 square.
Yep.
Are there any tactics right now for taking on f5? and then back rank stuff potentially going on. I didn't check into any of that stuff.
Maybe.
So I guess this ending, a lot of it comes down to, you know, the knight here against the bishop. Which one will be better? If Andrew can get this knight situated on a better square than e2, I guess, and it looks like your moves are coming up here.
Yeah.
And there's d5, just like you predicted. And you think knight c3?
Probably. Knight c3, and like if rook d8, maybe f6.
Well, you've managed to predict all the moves so far. So that is putting some pressure on the d5 pawn. So maybe rook d8 is a good way to protect that.
Yeah.
And stop the knight from getting into... Well, it doesn't stop the knight from getting into e4, right? So I guess, yeah, f6 could be coming in.
Actually, now Christopher is down to 1 minute.
Okay, let's go check in on board 2. There's Christopher, who has white pieces here. Looks like he's trying to develop some sort of kingside attack.
No, Christopher's the black pieces.
Oh, yep, you're right. So let me switch the board around here. So his opponent is trying to develop some sort of kingside attack. And Christopher, you said, is down under 2 minutes, while his opponent has 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So Christopher's pieces seem a little cramped here. I'm not quite sure how you get everything else into play. Are there threats on h6 coming at some stage? I'm not quite sure. White probably needs a rook into play somehow to make those threats come out.
This actually came from a Sicilian.
Looks like this came from a c3 Sicilian somehow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And black took on e5. So.
Yeah. Bishop e8. I guess the threat is f5.
Sure. Yeah, f5 probably. But then I can just go like queen, or queen g4.
And that threatens bishop h6. Bishop takes h6 is threatened. My usual answer to quickly help with things like that is to move the king out the way.
Yeah. Maybe like king h8.
Right. h5.
h5.
And that renews the threat of f5 if he captures that pawn. But that seems very loosening, allowing the knights back onto the g5 square at some stage. So I would assume bishop h6 is still a threat, although you can meet that now with g6 and give up the exchange. But then f6 might be a weak square. There's bishop h6.
So bishop h6 and then g6.
I think you have to play g6 now.
And well, Christopher is down to like 16 seconds.
Yeah, down to 15, 17 seconds. And his opponent doesn't even take the rook on f8, which isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Christopher's just trying to get some piece activity, but this might not be pretty from this point on. Let's go check in with Robert on board 3. So Robert has the white pieces here. And...
Yeah. Wait. Oh, Robert's down exchange. Yeah, Robert's down exchange.
Down the exchange. somehow things did come in. You were talking about threats on the f2 square way back when. So let's just go back here. So we got this position, knight a6, queen e2. So knight h5, and this is where the exchange went.
Yeah.
And that didn't look very pretty at all from that point. Black is just trading things now. And we've reached this position.
G3.
G3 or bishop G3?
Probably bishop G3 maybe.
So it looks like we're struggling in at least a couple of games, which is not good for our match score. He decided to play G3 instead.
Yeah.
Now the question comes whether Black wants to keep doing what he's been doing and trading pieces, or whether he just leaves it there, because if White plays bishop takes G5, you can always answer it with queen takes E5.
Yeah.
So White really needs to try and get some play here rather than just stick to passive defense, I think. The rooks are going to come into the middle of the board at some stage for Black.
And Black might just play like maybe like f6 in the future, but he obviously can't do that now because of knight g6.
Right. And that would win the exchange back.
Yeah.
But Black is down to 28 seconds, whereas Robert has 3.5 minutes. So maybe there's some hope there that with the time front might help. Let's quickly check in with Martha, who's down to 30 seconds.
Martha on move 27 was actually winning, but then somehow got equal.
Yeah, she played knight takes c3.
Oh.
Takes. Knight d5.
Wait, what's going on?
This position could still actually be winning. Right? Oh, no, she blundered a piece here because of the double attack. e5. Martha is also down the exchange here.
Yeah, she's probably.
This position looks lost. From what I'm seeing, it should just be a case of White making sure she's nice and safe in trying to win this. Let's go check on Rochelle, who is down to 30 seconds.
Rochelle's position seems okay. I mean, she has like a passed pawn, but it's like currently blockaded right now.
Yep. I guess both players have a protected path pawn.
Yeah. But Black, like White might even just try for a G3 F4, but it probably won't work that well. So.
Right.
Actually, now White has like an idea: Rook A5 and Rook E A1.
And just doubling up on the A file.
Yeah.
Very hard to calculate all this with just a few seconds left on your clock. I think you've got to be careful that once this pawn moves, that this one doesn't start coming down here at some stage. Can't do it immediately, obviously, because White has two pieces covering b4. And it does seem that Martha lost that position, so USA is down 1-0 in this final round match against China. Let's go see how Andrew is defending with 6 seconds left on his clock. And it looks like Black is winning here. He's going to queen a pawn here. So Andrew at best is looking for some sort of perpetual to tie this. I think that might be a little difficult
Andrew
to do. I'm not sure.
I don't think he will say this. Yeah. I mean, black's king could just run to d4 and then c or e4 d3 c2 b2.
Black's king is just going to go over there and hide behind the white pawns, probably. You get the checks blocked by the black queens.
Queen d2, and then king b2.
King b2 and king a2. King will hide out, use the white pawns as a shield. Oh, queen a5, queen a5, and that should be game over.
Yeah.
Might have just been a little last minute trick there, so that's
Robert
we've lost that
won.
one. Robert did win, but it seems Christopher lost, and so with Christopher losing, that means China has at least secured the match. They're up 3-1 right now, with this one game left to go. So we will watch and see if Rochelle can make it 3-2. But it looks like China is going to win, and so they will at least finish on 4 points. And so depending on whether FIDE wins, to tie them in the tournament. So USA will finish with 2.5 match points, losing to FIDE in China, tying with Russia, and beating France and Netherlands.
Rochelle might draw this.
So it might be very difficult for White to break through anyway, here with the 2 bishops.
Yeah, they'll probably draw this. This is equal.
Yeah, I mean, definitely White cannot break through here, I don't think. Black with the knight may have a chance of breaking through, but with g4 very much covered, I'm not quite sure that's going to happen. So the knight can come into g3, but I'm not sure it actually does anything from that point on. Black is winning? I'm not quite sure.
Oh.
Does the black knight get into e3 now?
Yeah.
And now g2 is falling? Oops.
Yeah. g2 and then like prepare g4.
Oh, and c3 might be coming.
And h3 falls.
Yeah.
Well.
Now she's gone into the opposite colored bishop ending. Black, well, at least she's making black think, and black doesn't have a lot of time. I think I would have captured on g4 personally.
Oh.
I think white was winning with bishop e5, right?
Yeah.
Instead of pushing the pawn to b7. It's amazing what can happen when you're low on time. But this is still a little double-edged with white having 2 protected pawns. Black having pawns all over the place. Now king g3. Well, I guess. Do you know about this ending? Is this ending drawn with the pawns?
I think it's a draw. Because
right.
the connected pawns are also draw, but...
Right, I think the pawns have to be at least 2 files apart from each other to have the winning chances. Yeah. Just gotta be careful here. I think you've got the king in the corner, but...
And then bishop e3.
Right, I think she could have taken on c3 previously and then played king b1, king a1. So now the bishop stops that and the king doesn't have to come out the corner. This looks totally drawn. Because even if black promotes that pawn and the bishop takes it, there's no way to win this ending with the white king stuck on the dark squared corner here. The wrong rook's pawn. And I think they're just going to go through the motion here just to finish off. She decided not to queen the pawn.
And
This game should be drawn. So this will leave USA losing this match 3.5, 1.5, which means well done China. And then we would have to go check the results. So there we go.
Yeah.
So that's that. Let's run over to check, see if we see some other results coming in for round 5 as yet. So it looks like FIDE did beat France 5-0, and Russia won their game 3.5, 1.5, and China beat the USA 3.5, 1.5. So by my calculations, FIDE will end up on 4 points, China will end up on 4 points, Russia will end up on 3.5, USA will have 2.5, and I think France will have 1 point, and the Netherlands will have 0. Exactly who wins on tie breaks, I'm not too sure, but unfortunately USA will finish out of the medals, the top 3. We were seeded 3, but China was seeded 4 and finished tied for first. I think this China team was very strong, considering how they played against USA in this last round. I'm not sure if they're going to put the team results up. Let's see if we can so some team results are starting to come up. So let's see how we get to those results here. Rank table. There we go. So I assume that was before the last round. And there are the tiebreak. It looks like the tiebreak 1 here is the number of points that teams have, and then tiebreak 2 was the actual individual match points. So given that individual match points is the tiebreak, I have a feeling FIDE, because they won the last round 5-0 again, will finish above. As for some reason it's got USA is losing 2 here. This is not accurate. We did actually beat the Netherlands. They have that result wrong in the system, and they obviously have not corrected that yet for some reason. So congratulations to FIDE on winning this team tournament. Well done China, they're very well done. Thank you to all the teams. USA, we had a really good start, 2.5 out of 3. We suffered in rounds 4 and 5 a little bit against a very strong 2 teams that finished at the top of the standings, FIDE and China. China must be very strong because they were actually the ones that beat FIDE in their individual match. Rui, thank you very much for joining us and providing your analysis and comments on the games. It's been a pleasure having you on the broadcast here, and we look forward to seeing your chess exploits on the board once we get going back again, once this coronavirus thing has all stopped. I'd like to also go on record as thanking FIDE Master Jason Wang, who provided commentary this morning and yesterday. And so USA finishes 4th with 2.5 match points. FIDE is the eventual gold medal winners. China, I think, will take the silver, and Russia will take the bronze. And that's it for us. Thank you to all the players for participating and representing USA. And thank you to the folks in China for putting this event on and organizing it all. I know it's been a little tough getting things going and with the issues we had. Thank you to chess.com for hosting. And